Hi, it's Roni, and welcome to Mixed Media Frenzy. That's where we all take the same sketch, which we're going to be using this one right here, and use it for our inspiration. And that shows two pictures, but it has stuff over the top of one, so I'm not sure if it's supposed to be a picture or not. It is digital, but yeah, I'm showing what's over the top of that picture. So I decided I was just going to use one picture. Well, I pulled out several and couldn't decide which one I would put stuff over the top of. And then decided I would use just one, but I will put a little something over the top of it. My background's going to be gray today. I know. I don't know what made me want to use gray. It does have gray in the background of the picture, and it is partially black and white and partially color, and the color that shows up is pink, so that's why I'm using my pink gelatos here. And I used the darkest pink, but I'm going to want a little bit darker, so I'm going to add some of that Vicky Bouton watercolor to it, and it's going to end up darker than what I really want later, not right now. It's got three pinks there, and I'm going to end up using one later and then have to tone it down a little bit. And it's the lightest pink of the Vicky Bouton ones. But I wanted to make sure I added splatters. I'm not sure if there was that many splatters in the original layout, but I was wanting splatters. And oh, here's where, yeah, I did see some big splatters in the original one. So I used the eyedropper so that my splatters would be bigger. Now the original layout shows some mixed media on top of the banners. And at first I thought, well, I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm not sure if I like the mixed media on top of the banners or not. And so I will clean up and decide I'm going to put some mixed media on top of the banners. Well, I think I end up putting it on the part of the photo matting first, and I don't pull this little plastic thing back over. I use the bowl that's sitting there for my little ephemera pieces and stuff. Yeah, and then I decided I got to pull it back over. So I do, but it'll be a little while before I do that. I am adding this color, and it's got green, but it's not a very dark green at all. It's not going to show up really, I mean, it's almost white, even though it looks greener in that little dish and it looked greener in person. But by the time it made it on top of that gray, and I think that might be part of the reason, it didn't show up as much. I'm, oh, I'm going to do my photo matting, and the gray you see right now is a corrugated, I believe it's Fancy Pants, and it's corrugated, and I'm going to end up cutting it by hand. I wanted a less precise cut, I guess is what you'd say for it. I wanted to look a little bit rougher, and I had to cut my photo down just a little bit to get it to fit there so that I could have two layers, and I wanted two layers, a lighter pink and a darker pink. And here's where I'm cutting the corrugated paper, and you probably can't tell it on your video. I can't tell it right now on the editing one. Of course, it is a smaller screen, but yeah, and here I'm cutting it down. I cut it a little bit bigger than I planned just so I could use my notebook punch on it. And you know, that thing works so much better on this than normal. I had my scissors already planning to have to trim because since the day I got it, it hasn't punched real good. And I didn't return it since I got it in the mail. You know, I ordered it online. I thought, well, I'll just trim. I didn't have to trim. Maybe I need thicker paper when I use it. And see, I'm using the bowl, and I thought I'd put some on there. It just looked too neat, I guess is the word for it. I thought it needs to look a little more rustic. You know, I cut it by hand. So, yeah, I had to make it a little bit more rustic looking and messy and all that stuff. Now, the original layout only has two banners there, but I'm using Life in Color. No, yeah, Life in Color is the name of it. It's a pretty old collection, and I had several bits and pieces left of it. And this is Simple Stories. Of course, the Life in Color is, but it's a different Simple Stories. Anyway, it has yellow in there. And I thought, well, I'm going to be using some yellow, so I want a banner that's yellow. So I pulled another color out. And I'm still going to have one longer than the other two, but that yellow is going to peek out from behind there. Oh, and this is the honeycomb. It's called. It's Tim Holtz. It's a Tim Holtz dye, and I used it to do my honeycomb hexagon thing. They have one up there. Well, they have it in two places on the original layout, and they don't have it up there in the right hand corner, but they do have some tiny script. So instead of the tiny script, I'm using the hexagon up there too. And I'm going to forget about not having that glued down there and decide I need to add some more mixed media. And I add it, and I get up to that corner, and I had to stop and glue everything down before I could add the mixed media there. They had, it looked like the insides of their hexagon on the layout. So I'm putting the insides of mine. I am putting foam tape under some, and some I'm adhered straight down to the paper just to give it a little more texture and depth on my layout. And I really liked how it turned out, more than I thought, because this is the digital layout that we're using as inspiration, and sometimes things don't quite work out like you think they're going to when you go to do it, because it is digital. And see that hexagon, how crooked that is? Well, I don't know it, and I adhere it down with liquid glue. You will see me pulling it up in a few minutes. And that extra piece I have over there, because I made 3 thinking I'm going to put in 3 clusters, and then I only use 2. I'm going to use it because when I pull it up, it's going to be wet glue that I'm pulling up on. And it is going to get torn up just a little bit, well, a whole lot. Here's where I decided to pull my little tray back over here and add some more mixed media under the picture like it shows. And yeah, I'm just adding it here and there, and I'm going to decide to go ahead and put it on my hexagons and the honeycomb part. I'm going to have it in more than one place layered. It just looked like it needed it after I got started. I am doing some splattering, so I had to add some water to it. And yeah, I'm trying to protect my picture. I did get a tiny bit on there, but it wiped right off. So that's good. I probably printed this on myself years ago. I think she graduated 2015. I'm thinking it was 2015. So, yeah, I remember printing these off when she first graduated. I did scrapbook some. I just hadn't scrapbooked them all. But since it wiped right off, I'm thinking my selfie. Oh, here's where I had to go ahead and start adhering these down just so I could add a little more mixed media in that corner and put it on top of my hexagons. But yeah, you can see over there how crooked that is. I'm not sure when I notice it, but I will in a minute. It won't take me too much longer to notice it. And yeah, it's going to start coming up. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I am pulling that up. And of course, it's tearing. But I do think it works out okay. I left the top part. I figured that'd be too hard to pull up and redo. So I'm cutting the top part of this off, and then I'm going to lay it together. But it does have a white core, so a little bit of white showing. So all I'm going to do is throw some mixed media on top of it so it won't be as noticeable. I am going to put some other things there later. So I didn't really need to put the mixed media on there. But that's what I do for the immediate solution of that little bit of white that's showing. But yeah, it looks much straighter now. Maybe not perfect, but it does look much straighter. And there is some footage lost in this video, and it will be coming up pretty quickly. But most of it's fussy cutting, so that's okay. And then I put the flowers down that I fussy cut. Yeah, and I think one sticker. I'm thinking that's what it is. And then I realized my camera's not on. Oh no! But yeah, it'll be coming up here. And I forgot about my title coming first, but This is my title, and I think the title's from maybe Vicky Booten collection. I just really liked it. I don't have anything else from that collection, but I did like the thickers. And here's where I'm fussy cutting, and I'm going to cut all those flowers out, even the ones hanging off the edge. Well, not the really bad off the edge ones, but the ones that leave enough flower that I can tuck under something. And this is where it's lost. Yeah, here I'm fixing it. I'm back. See, they're all down. And yeah, I didn't notice it. But I turned it on as soon as I noticed it. Uh, let's see. Oh, here I'm just tucking in different stickers. And I wanted to use that camera. See that camera there? I just took it off. But it just looked too big. And definitely the one on the sticker sheet looks too big. So I'm going to end up cutting one out that's, well, they kind of look like plastic paper clips. And I'm going to cut one out from there because it was just the right size. It's pretty small though. I'm going to tuck it in a little cluster up there on the left. But I started to use that stamp that was in the stickers. And when I pulled it out, it had a place on it where it had been torn. And so I put it back. I thought about covering it up, but then I thought, I think there's one in the chipboards. So I pulled out the chipboard one instead and put it on there. And the one on the sticker sheet says documented. And this one says captured. So I kind of like it better. I first thought I'd put the camera right on top of it somehow up around the handle. But I decided I didn't like that really quick. Oh, I'm done already. Sorry. So that's it. That's my layout. I am done with it. All those little bits and pieces that were laying there and stickers, they went on really, really quick. But don't forget, this is the last week for the giveaway. So make sure you've got your name in there for that. The details are like the third video back. It was one at the first of the month. So yeah, $50 gift card, e-card to scrapbooking.com. And be sure to check out all the gals down there below and see what they did with the inspiration this week and the awesome layouts that they created with their mixed media. But thank y'all so much for watching. And if you leave a comment below, I'll get back with you. And if you liked the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. But thank y'all so much for watching. Have a happy, scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. Bye.